Family Leonardo, me Nasila did on multimedia, the CEO voice of Salon. Today I come for talk to now, my family, make una continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to our friends them. As we always try to bring on the latest news what they happen around Salon, whether it be politics or any other news them, what they happen or gossip, what they bring out to una live and direct. So please, my family, don't forget to subscribe and share to our friends them. You wanna touch the bell icon so that you no miss any video we will try for bring out to una. So that's also we want make una don't forget also for subscribe to we TikTok channel on TikTok and also on Facebook or Facebook page or the Voice of Salon or also the on Instagram Voice of Salon. Please family, and don't forget to share. Okay, thank you now. Tata.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Ibrahim. April 14th, 2025. Today, now April 14, 2025. It's a beautiful day. You know, I think my boy birthday tomorrow. So, and then my big bobo self, they can work out. He come home. So, they can celebrate the birthday with his small brother. We can spend some time together as a family for, at least over next week. I believe I don't put out a lot of content on my Facebook page and on YouTube, over the weekend. We probably go serve we for the whole week. And I go advise everybody, you go to my page, my Facebook page, my YouTube page, of course. And I go there and there's a lot of information what I don't put over the weekend. Lives they were put, they were do and research. When I go watch out. Yeah. Just in case. But anyways, Salon people, I also want to touch about a concern where I know say some of you, when they use Apple phone, go understand this. Now it gets problem with the WhatsApp channel. Few people only reach out. I don't send a message to WhatsApp for them to try for fixer. It's like there's a clash of the various kinds of different platforms. Them, so we get Apple, we get Android. So people are when Apple users then they get a hard time, for access some audio them where they share them in WhatsApp channel. It's a problem, not a you one. If you get Apple phone where they struggle, if you listen to this message now, you get Apple phone, you struggle, for download certain messages they work they share at the WhatsApp channel. Yeah. It's a concern we're aware of. And hopefully, WhatsApp could resolve that issue there and no will be a problem. But it's something that is going on, just so you know. Feels that you want to say about today. I'm painfully aware, say the problem more that they encounter when they try for listening to certain messages. Okay. You see, Salon people, I see a video this morning from Timbo where they talk now all one cancel a platform. I agree with brother Hotmail already touched on that issue there, and I know they go too much inside there. But this is what I'm going to tell Salon people and today. The more we listen to these guys, the more we put the pieces together. People when are critical thinkers, that's how we do, right? We in our workplace, you observe all your staff there. How do they do what they do? Some staff there as it comes, so we begin talk. You don't know exactly what the angle. Even now, with you picking left your place, you picking yourself. You don't know all my angle. How you go? Critical thinkers, right? You see, what he mess up then guy there? What he destroy then guy there? First of all, Ernest Koroma ain't destroy it all. You see, because Ernest Koroma get his godfather old over them, he get this dominance of being the godfather and create. Then they look at it and create all this opportunity and get a job. They forget that Salon people get a job because the mandate when Ernest Koroma get that the Salon people get that mandate. And the Salon people give you a mandate for do a work, you get for put a team together. When you put the team together and the people them, that they team, that they own that team, the members that they form the team where you put together as a president in the nation. But what can happen, going into this tripartite, going to the agreement for national unity in the first place, because Ernest Koroma want to listen to that interview from long time ago there, that in leaked 50 minutes audio will come out. It talk and plain say, ECOWAS, they tell we say, where see you all need for try for bring the opposition to the table. Where you bring the opposition to the table, the case is over. Now Dan de Ernest Koroma take foolish and finish and destroy all of them bobo there, yeah, and then people are within the APC party where they like it today. Now we'll see so because the more than talk, we put the pieces together, we understand exactly what things transpire. Dr. Samara Kamara ain't going into these negotiations here, so hoping say the goal is to ensure that the elections results are released. We go show say that he win the elections, especially now the resolution 3 we born the tripartite committee. When I did the tripartite go and look into the elections. They be say investigations, but they do an examination instead for examine the results of the June 24, 2023 elections, where the RRF forms them. The ECSL be supposed to produce the RRF forms them. Where for sure we say we get the election, the results them polling station by polling station. APC even present their own election results, we then get from the tabulated RRF forms them where they put out. We should say Dr. Samara Kamara get 71% of the RRF, sorry, get 57.15% of the 71% where they collect, because they collect a total of 71% of the RRF forms them. It proves that Samara win the election with 57.15%. So that was the intention with Dr. Samara Kamara go inside this tripartite recommendations, the negotiations as a whole, That was the intention of Dr. Samara Kamara. But unfortunately, Ernest Koroma don't go behind Dr. Samara Kamara back. And don't call all the executive here, all the people here, one. They tell them for say, this is done and dusted. This is over. The fact that they don't go into the negotiations, now ECOWAS want, they just want to see the opposition go into negotiation. Now may make members of parliament and sit on our house. They say, oh, this is a problem because we don't get a one-party state system and I don't want that. So ECOWAS will just a fit for carry Dr. Samara Kamara to the table. This is how they influence the conversation and influence, the agreement for national unity. So Dr. Samara Kamara look and say, okay, there is an impasse. Members of parliament don't go to parliament. The city council, the councillors, all these other people, they occupy the offices. There is a standstill now. There is a stalemate now. So, okay, at some point there has to be a negotiation. Then naturally, outside disputes on day, outside confusion on day, outside wahala on day, there has to be a negotiation. When you look at Russia and Ukraine, when they try for negotiate, who do they try for bring to the table? Not so Vladimir Putin and Vladimir Zelensky. Not only they try for bring Kam at the table, they are the leaders. Now the leader them of the party them, then they bring Kam at the table. But ECOWAS now, and Ernest Koroma don't leak the playbook of ECOWAS. When now we don't know say, and Africans for no, other African countries they for no. Now I make people that they play. When you take Liberia, you see how Liberia they play, and then they reach that side. Other countries don't they play. Ghana, the opposition don't they play, because they know say if they play. We say ECOWAS or any other, depending on what part of Africa you body, when you see them come in and they fight for bringing at the table, as they bring at the table, so they say it's over. That is why they never play. Whilst we now, the opposition, sell we. Because Ernest Koroma get his preconceived notion and the ECOWAS, let's see how people can corrupt a bunch of useless idiots them. Instead of doing the right thing, they say we'll get democracy. Now you make Nigeria don't go, Burkina Faso don't go, Mali don't go, look at Ibrahim Traore doing his thing. Because they know the playbook, they don't see certain guy they are corrupt. The salon now we last wake up. Well, that's what we all know, because a lot of we conscious. But we get a stupid idiot, they get fools them. We get vagabonds, dogs them. We're not you real human beings them. We don't get no values, they don't get no belief system. They don't get nothing where they stand for. These are people that are empty, vacuous. They don't get no volume. These are the kinds of people who get that say like it today. They really believe, say, going into negotiations, where you listen to Timbo, and say, going into a dialogue, now for long I can talk about the problems. They don't believe, say, dialogue for come up with reasonable solutions. The fact is, we go into a dialogue because the results was not announced. The dialogue for go present and pull the results, we for show and prove, say, that Dr. Samara Kamara win and the APC party won the elections. That was the essence of the dialogue. That was the essence of the agreement for national unity. Now forget a peaceful resolution to the matter, because we don't reach a point where the country go implode. The tension be all high. And we know Sierra Leone a brutal, the country don't come from a brutal rebel war. We get a 10 years brutal rebel war. People lost their lives very senselessly. To this day, the one that perpetrates the crime and the terror on Sierra Leoneans, some of them be scot-free. Ali Kaba, now one person where they scot-free, they like it today. So with all of these tensions rising, ECOWAS gets a responsibility. But beyond your responsibility, all them they fed for do, now for bring Dr. Samara Kamarakan to the table. Then believe say immediately you bring the opposition to the table, they talk London. Now this Ernest Koroma make we don't know from that leak audio we come out. And then when you listen to the Timbos and you listen to all these other guys, now you begin to piece the puzzle together, and then you understand why their intentions going to the agreement for national unity was not pure. Now we make Siri Tunis, now we make Pope Kamara, and all these other idiots, they all come out and say done and dusted. Even Berete, we don't left handed. Berete, former spokesperson of Ernest Koroma, because I forced to tell Lawadi. Now Berete, every first person will come out. We talk for say it's done and dusted. Because Ernest Koroma, we don't tell him. Say, wait see we go into negotiation. ECOWAS them playbook for make sure say you get the opposition to the table. And immediately the opposition come to the table, the game is over. Sierra Leoneans, you see, they can now on social media just to, for love of country no more. But, and I believe say man don't pick up anything there. We Boku we smart enough don't pick anything there. Salon man and people woman they were smart. They don't pick them up. But just in case you don't be pick this up, I just want for bring and come to now. Let we wake up and let we see and smell the coffee. It is over for Sierra Leone. Democracy is dead. Until we stand up as a people to fix it, nothing is going to happen. I've been mentioned about Liberia, Ghana, and this and that. I do a live where I share snippets of those videos. I do a live yesterday. Yeah, I just sit down and say, hey, I said I'll watch I don't watch them anyway. Not today. It just not occurred to me for do a live because I don't say I don't put my platform on the side for net force because I'm busy. Easy. But I set them up back. So I go into Liberia, the ECSL, the version of the ECSL. Think of the Electoral Commissioner website. I go to Ghana, their website. They don't tell how they do them. They look at them, disaggregated the results, them how they scatter the results. Disaggregated data. What do you mean? I do a live, I share with everybody. It didn't have that. I mean, Facebook, it didn't have YouTube, People's Liberation Academy. Go look at them, search for them, go look at them. Some people, we are a disgrace. Sierra Leone is a disgrace. And it's sad. The more you know, the more problematic things become for you. When I look at the Liberia, the Electoral Commission website, you look at the level of transparency, you look the time where they take for put their results together. You do not say this in a country we get people we mean well. They're on the right path to succeed. They're on the right path for making the country become what it's supposed to become. When you look at the website of the Electoral Commission, it tells you a lot about the decency of the individuals of that nation. And that's waiting I see now the Liberia, the ECSL, the Electoral Commission's website. Guys, Liberia then scattered the results, of course, that by county. Where you take each county, then they tell you how much the amount of registered voters, then they tell you the amount of voters that will actually vote, then they give you the percentage, and for each county, then they tell you how much each candidate get. And then each county, they go tell you how much polling station in each county, the amount of polling station within each county. Then inside there, they go tell you the amount of electoral districts where they inside every county. So we take Nimba County, they go tell you they get 4 to 7 electoral districts. Where you take Sino County, it will tell you how much electoral districts they get. And each of those electoral districts, it will tell you the amount of polling station. Because every county gets a total amount of polling station. Then break them polling station into electoral districts. Then each electoral district, they sum up the amount them small where they reach to the total amount within the county. So if they get 7 electoral districts, if Nimba County, for example, gets say na 80 polling station and get each of the electoral districts where they get, it will tell you break and down how they get to the 70 total polling stations, or where they call precinct, where they get, because Liberia they call them polling station and then precinct them, where they get na each county. That's where they break the results na the website. So electoral district number 1, if you get 20 polling stations, then they show you all the candidates them with them pictures them and then political party, the votes where they get in the thousands and the percentage where they get with the vote within these counties per electoral districts. That's where they break and down on the website. Salon people, when you go to ECSL website, what moment can I get put with it? Put Boku write up letter according to the Constitution, Section 3262, according to the Public Election Act. He don't declare Marabio as president. He gets 1 million something. The man as Dr. Mark get 1 billion. Where is the disaggregated data? Then get a cook up figure they put on the portal. Salon people we sit down with the play. You get this bobo them timbo and they can't tell we but what say where you going to a dialogue. No, it's over. Now for just go talk, no talk. Let this thing done. Because now that's Ernest Koroma implant into their head. They don't believe they're going into a dialogue. Now forget a meaningful resolution to the issue at hand. Waiting can you go to the dialogue first of all? It is the fact that the elections results are not available. We need the election results. That was the essence of the dialogue. Now we could get the Tripartite committee. Inside there, then get convergent, divergent. But if inside the convergent and the divergent, then get say APC out of the 71% of the RRF forms them. APC win the election. So it was up to ECOWAS for come and can reinstate Dr. Samora Kamara. But now we don't know why ECOWAS not can reinstate Dr. Samora Kamara as the president, based off of the findings of the Tripartite. Because ECOWAS then believe, now for say, immediately you bring the opposition to the table, the game is over. So if we get any questions, what we ask? Dr. Samora Kamara, if there is any doubt, I think say this is waiting for be the next battle cry. Dr. Samora Kamara, I think you don't get enough information now for understand say ECOWAS is not coming. The one they were supposed to come and make sure say they follow and abide the Tripartite. Where we brother APC Malika, don't they make this point here again and again and again credit for that. Say the Tripartite is implementable and actionable. So it is very clear now. We don't understand why, Dr. Samora Kamara, we don't piece the puzzles together. You don't know now why ECOWAS, them belief structure is that bring the opposition to the table, it is over. And no matter what you want to pull from the findings, just bring the opposition to the table, then go be now and wait for the next elections. That is the mantra of ECOWAS. And I think if that is clear, Dr. Makama, I think we have to come up with a proper and serious strategy now. What is the way moving forward? How we get for challenge the ECOWAS for make sure they do the right thing. I think, Dr. Makama, it's time now for let you come out and talk to ECOWAS directly now. We believe in God, we have faith in God. But something, why don't they piece the puzzles together? So look how they piece them together. At 2 months from now, June, and they make 2 years after the elections. And they make 1 year, almost 1 year after the Tripartite Committee recommendations. So enough is enough. So we have to map a strategy forward. But then they all left a year, Dr. Samora Kamara. Because we don't see exactly the playbook now of ECOWAS. We don't know why then guys they are going to the Tripartite, not even taken serious. And now we know why Richard Conte going to the Tripartite in the middle of the Tripartite audio leak. Where the plan you move now for going to the next elections and whatever for campaign. We see him. Kelfala Marano treat the people with seriousness of Sierra Leone. We see him. Then guy get $1.5 million where and give them for the Tripartite. So this day we don't even know how much they pay them. Each of them. What did they get for do the Tripartite committee work? Was it $50,000 a piece for then 6 months and then they make? Was it $40,000? How much they make for this 1.5 million where they go give them? Now $100,000 now they get. Because when you look at all the subcommittees, all man get forget pay. So I understand. So how much they get, we don't even know. But they pay them for do the work what they're supposed to do for fight for the political party for the victory. Now this make not be take the Tripartite seriously. Now this make Manabio be talk that statements where he make where he's waiting at Tripartite. Now all of this is coming together. It was not just because Manabio is on serious we make it talk that way, they say waiting at Tripartite. Now because they no say, now waiting ECOWAS the mantra be. Now the playbook this of ECOWAS, they're not too serious people. ECOWAS not care about the people of West Africa. ECOWAS only care about who they in power, we control power. If the people stand up today, ECOWAS go do tuna. If they don't stand up today, now so go rotting by part. They don't care about tuna. That is what is actually happening in Sierra Leone. So we don't see the playbook. So Dr. Somar Kamara, I think it's time for the last press. Because the people there with you, we see, we know, we understand. You fighting the fight, the just cause. But then people there get this preconceived notion where Ernest Koroma planting to everybody for say, once you go into negotiations, ECOWAS, it is done and dusted, it is over. Now from Ernest Koroma, that word they come out, now them boy they are all take. But then for understand, say, hey, they can miss people like we get for resist that foolishness thing. So they can meet up this war. They can meet up this social media era like today, where people stand up now. We stand up, we stop them on the track. They don't expect this kind of a rebuttal. They don't expect this kind of a pushback. Now they have it. They see them bloggers, they misinform people. I read Timbo. We go vlog. Because now vlogging self go vlog so. We go on a video, you vlog. If now audio, you do a blog. If you write, na blog. You go vlog. Timbo yourself na vlogger. And you're a blogger as well. You occupy the social media space. So this blog, where is vlog where you go vlog so that all one can show your platform. You go, they can mislead people. They talk about nonsense. For say dialogue, people don't understand what's in a dialogue. Now for just go, they'll talk. Some people, you see, let me do this. Because not to me, that not full word na Timbo and Mott for na. La play I see the share na the loyalist platform now. Was it the loyalist? Bear with me. I think it was. I think it was my other platform now. Let's see. And bear with me. I want to play with Timbo himself say. Bear with me, but this is how we know. We don't know every day when they talk. We don't understand who side the issue day. That is the beauty of social media like today. So let me find this. Oh man. Okay. Now go to my gallery. Let's see. Go to my gallery now. Because the file I just put on the I'll listen to Timbo.
One thing we personally will say, and this is something
But I listen to this.
The party leadership has always said that APC not lost the 2023 elections. And personally, me till my dying days, I will always maintain that we not lost the elections. At the same time, like I've been saying earlier, honesty. They say righteousness exalts the nation. We have to be honest. Many things happen along the line from the same way the chief election that we are to today. But I feel like the way how we communicated wasn't sufficient enough. Maybe now make people think like the executive, the sellout. But me, I don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but there's no room where I sit down, where I see somebody sell out. I saw the energies in those rooms where people actually fought for the party and fought for the people of this nation. We also need to accept, say, now we decide, say, we go into a dialogue. Me personally, I'm a victim where 4 months after winning.
I want to listen attentively now. Now we decide say we're going to dialogue. I want to see their own definition of what's in a dialogue for going to this conversation, for getting this meeting with Marabio. I want to understand what Ernest Koroma implant into the mindset. Again, we are piecing the puzzles together. I want to listen attentively to this part.
Remember being a person where in Pula Parliament in 2019, 4 years at Sidon, I not work, I not make money, I so adopt, I so work. and which for I go parliament after I don't win. I spend whatever apart what I get back, I go parliament back. Then they tell me say I sit down and I go parliament. For 4 months I was out of parliament and I get salary for that 10 days. And till to this day, nobody no ever giving them money, then they will cross. It's not like I'm asking for it, but nobody has given it. So I'm basically telling you that me personally, I suffered myself. But I was willing, and I tell people, including the international development partners, that if it means you'll go for sit down for 5 years out until the right thing is done. Me personally, I'm ready for sit down away from parliament for the next 5 years for ensure say the election will chief now we are, then we are back.
Okay. That is Timbo. I can play the other part of this where we talk about the dialogue. What he mean? This now saying the cry, but say he had up his donor house for weeks and months and years and not get money, he broke, but the small money we get back. We can't talk about that day. Imagine if the lawyer the complaint say he broke, a former member of parliament and everything, somebody will get a profession and everything is, you know, if the complaint say he broke, imagine what's in the average and the poor Sierra Leonean they go through at this particular point in time. But let me play this other part
first half
of this.
Especially Facebook. You will see my comments there where I talk.
I want to listen to this one, okay? This is the one where I actually want to play, not to that first one. But let listen to this one.
Still in this election.
I'll play for this one. Let us listen completely and attentively. Now, they talk about the meaning of the dialogue. What do you mean for dialogue? And I will see exactly what they talk about. Say, Ernest Koroma, that statement when Ernest Koroma makes it. Once ECOWAS, all what ECOWAS they look for, now for the opposition go at the table. When the opposition go at the table, game is over. All right, when I listen to this.
Especially Facebook, you will see my comments there where I talk about how they were stealing this election. So personally, I did my own bit, but at the same time, like how they say, now we decide to enter into a dialogue. And once you enter into a dialogue, the outcome mostly can be a compromise. We also need to accept it. Once, how people understand it called dialogue, look and talk. So we get a midpoint, so the middle, and a dialogue. And I remember one of the leaders, we always say, he said, every war, every dispute at the table and the donor. And I feel, I wouldn't say it was a mistake, but the moment we go to the table, that table will go to that table day. It been sure say what we expect at that time, nothing therefore come out. You know, so because of that, and the fact that we were not too effective in communication, that communication gap allowed people to control the narrative. And the narrative we don't create and don't cause this belief, this perception, where people out there, when we have access to women at the top level, don't believe waiting them bloggers they are the same. Waiting them they misinform other people about. For me, I know for certain that throughout the dialogue, throughout the setting up of the Tripartite Committee and the terms of reference of the Tripartite Committee and to the submission of the Tripartite report, the APC as a whole collectively, from the chairman to the leader then, Dr. Samora Kamara, to in-running mates, General Ramadan Majuba, to the chairman, Mikhail Mansae, to the deputy chairman, Payan Sane, to the executive general and every other national officer, we played a role in that collectively, including the regional chairman. We all played a role for making deals that we did so today. Now, not decisions for whatever we do. When APC they take decision, one man will carry an idea.
Thank you. So the rest of Usai the answer like the gibberish. I don't care about all that side, right? I just want to hear the notion of dialogue. Waiting dialogue means mostly in a compromise. Yes, compromise. But in this case, there was nothing to be compromised about now when it comes to democracy. Nobody will go compromise the votes of the people. The votes of the people will speak for itself. The reason why APC and SLPP go into this dialogue was for make sure say then produce the results of the June 24, 2023 elections. It was sacrosanctly clear. That was the reasoning behind going into this dialogue. This dialogue was not for go make compromise, but because Ernest Koroma don't tell them for say, when you go, ECOWAS just want to forget the opposition at the table. When you get the opposition at the table, it's over. So then get this preconceived notion, say, hey, we go make a compromise there. So, and the fact that he say, you see, but these boys, you know, they're very intelligent boys. They Sabia for mix the words. He say be willing for Sidona House for 5 years, if that's what it takes. If they get what they look for. But, you know, these are the things. So I'm thinking, if the crowd not do the right thing, you as an individual get a responsibility. Timbo get a responsibility for say, you know what? I'm not going into that parliament. Me sit on a take and lost some, but I'm not going to this parliament because it's unconstitutional. The votes of the people not reflect the outcome of the elections what they look for. The votes of the people not reflect the leadership will get elected today. Because of that, me not go to parliament. I had up a broke, but I'm not going to this parliament because Salon people when they go vote for the leader, the president when they vote for, we don't get the results today. Therefore, I'm not a compromise. Enough for CM as any reason for say this dialogue for make them compromise in values. As an individual, Timbo for say, me, I'm going to take a stance. I know say when I want to go to parliament, me not go to parliament. When I take me seat no more. I'm not going to represent this parliament because this parliament, first of all, not represents Sierra Leoneans. This parliament not represents the will of the people of this country. APC win these elections. Therefore, me as Timbo, as an individual, I stand up and say today, I don't mind that I lost me seat at parliament. I add up. Things are difficult. It's not easy for me. But I don't go there based on my own values as an individual. Because you take it there, you have to have a value as an individual. And say, because I don't conform to what everybody else say, me to stand alone and take a position. In South Korea, they don't remove the president of South Korea. The Supreme Court, they intervene because they want to make sure that the country continue to be peaceful. The president of South Korea be engaged and call for martial law without the approval of parliament. So the parliament them, that's at 11 o'clock they host them. And the parliamentarian, the president go announce that TV. The parliamentarian, they all man left their host, the leader of the opposition, they all left their host at 11 o'clock for Canada parliament because the president will not release the military for can block the parliament now. So the parliamentarian, they don't even come to parliament for can stop him. That was a dangerous move by the president. That was dictatorship right there. So the people of South Korea, even though again supporters them, because you know say Satan self get party, even though again supporters them, but the majority of the people of South Korea, over 51 million people of South Korea, they say no, we don't accept this, we don't agree. The matter go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court don't remove them because them believe say they know say them get trust in the Supreme Court. Don't get trust in Supreme Court when they go declare proportional representation system. Supreme Court when they throw a case demo, say case study there Augustine sorry Sengbe Mara, carrying case go for say for the election for challenger, then throw in case so. Not what the kind of Supreme Court they talk about. These are people who get values. These are people who get integrity. They get moral standards. The Supreme Court uphold the decision of the parliament for impeach and remove the president of South Korea. They don't remove him. Some people, I didn't talk about 1 year ago. I didn't talk about a few days ago. One member of parliament that the opposition, that the ruling government. One member of parliament that this ruling government were there with the president when I party, that they all did at the same party. Now step away from his party, from the president, and join the opposition. We make them forget the votes where they need for remove the president. Now they plan for get elections for replace the president. Timbo should have been that person. As a young man, we get a bright, beautiful future. What will they rush for, right? Where Timbo they say if not take not even 45 it. I think so. So 40. Timbo. What's he the rush for? Nothing to rush about. Make your place with the people. Let Salon people be say, wait it. That young man Timbo, when them born in affluence. These guys were born in affluence. Them papa then are the reigns of power. Timbo no grow poor. Timbo for take a position and say, you know what? For the values in me, because I believe say we are not going to compromise in this dialogue. Because dialogue for me not for me compromise. Dialogue for me for can the table for can talk the two and pull the two, stand by the two and execute the two. Now in dialogue, therefore, now for bring a peaceful resolution to an issue. That is the essence of dialogue. We not be one of the country go into a happy val. We not want the country turn upside down. You know, so no one lost lives. Then we could go into dialogue. We're not going to dialogue for go compromise the facts. No. But because Ernest Koroma implant this preconceived notion into their minds, say once they don't go into dialogue, so now you tell them say it's not endorsed everybody. We're self-responsible, right? They all go into the negotiations. But you say ECOWAS don't tell them, say, once they've tried for bring the opposition to the table, it is done and dusted. That is where the definition of done and dusted come out. Salon people, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't want to make this message long because I want to be very compact and to the point and let people understand. And I know say Dr. Samakuma understand also come also. This angle way now we the see. We don't see, but we wait let more they come out. How more they come out, they understand. Dr. Samakuma knows. So I think say the fight now for Dr. Samakuma is ECOWAS. ECOWAS, ECOWAS, ECOWAS. Name them, shame them, name them, shame them. Now that you don't know what's in the playbook of ECOWAS, now that you don't know what's in the mantra of ECOWAS, it's for us to constantly get on ECOWAS now, say, oh, so this was why you guys wanted us to go into negotiations. So the intention was not to bring the truth out and execute the truth and prove, say, now me win this election and now declare me as the winner of this election and inaugurate me as the president. So your own definition of negotiations is just to bring the opposition to the table, and it's done and dusted, and you're over. I think that should be the fight, because again, the battle for electoral justice is never ending. It's going to be constant. So I think Dr. Samakuma gets a responsibility for at this point for take it up now with the ECOWAS, because we don't see exactly what's in the playbook, and the more then guys they had to talk, the more we get to understand exactly what is actually happening. So Timbo get this preconceived notion in his mind for say going into a dialogue. Of course, sometimes it can be a compromise. And he said the mistake what we make now, we're going to the dialogue. So certain people, you see, these are the things we're saying. It is because they have this preconceived notion in their minds that once you bring the opposition to the table, it's over. This dialogue was to ensure say peace in the country, Timbo. This was not just any dialogue. This was to ensure that the results of the elections, we're talking about the votes of people going to cast their ballots. You as an individual for don't stand out for say, I'm not going to compromise the votes of the people of Sierra Leone. I'm not going to allow these negotiations. I'm not going to allow this dialogue for compromise them. Me, I will stay away from parliament, no matter how difficult it is. I'm not going to these parliaments because these parliaments don't get the mandate of the people. This current government is illegal because we know say in democracy, it makes it very clear in section 5, subsection 2A. It makes it very clear. It says, through the Constitution, sovereignty belongs to the people, and the government derives its legitimacy, its authority, and its power from the people. Timbo, if you stand on that principle, just that one part of the Constitution, I'm telling you, my man, in the absence, in the future, for say Dr. Sabah come out, they contest. Timbo, you contest for flag bearership at the APC, the one flat out that the people self they give you. That the people self they give you, because they know so you be stand with them. You take a position with them. The people of Sierra Leone want Marabio for Syria and there. Therefore, if you don't stand with the people and take a position, say, in as much as this dialogue, I don't want to, it's the right thing to do or whatever it is, but me not go to parliament, I not occupy this seat at parliament because we not get the mandate of the people. This dialogue not for me to compromise. This dialogue not be for me to say, we for allow the SLPP for stay in power, even though the votes of the people speaks differently. That would have been a position for Timbo for take. I guarantee you next elections coming, future elections, Timbo, you don't need the party. I want to understand, say, we don't need them party for define. You know, social media don't change the scope. The power of social media has changed the narrative in Sierra Leone. Timbo, anybody who believes so we don't need the party, you don't lie. We don't need them. In a democracy, you don't need no power, you don't need no picking. You need the people behind you with the right ideology, standing up for the right things. That is all you need. But this notion I don't get in Africa, Sierra Leone, believe so that for go consult with the party and force, forget and bless it. Yes, it's a cultural thing, we understand. meet with the chieftain and this and that, tell them your intentions, but they don't determine shit. That the people are determined, because now the education is aware, the awareness is there, education on the day. So because Ernest Koroma spoon feed them where with these things, say ECOWAS, they just want to bring the opposition to the table. The game is done and dusted. That was why even the dialogue now, Timbo no get faith and confidence and belief. See this dialogue what they go into, and for make sure, say one, at least let we bring some sanity and peace back in the country. Two, now for the results of the elections, let it come out clearly, like they defend them for say APC win the elections. And Teto in dying days, he believes say APC win the elections. That should have been something to stand on and say, me not going to parliament. Me as Timbo, I'm going to stand out. I'm not going into this parliament. I go beer. If na gari I eat, I eat out with people them. If na water I go drink, not drink no more water with people them. But I'm not going to this parliament. The will of the people has been usurped. And therefore, me to take a position for say, I'm not to join this parliament and they join illegality. Timbo could take a position, say, I'm not going to join illegality. I be talking to Timbo a couple of months ago. When they became, that's how they all came to America, when they became the sixth diaspora region. It was a coincidence for I say, and I coincidence no more say became America that any, main talk. But after that, me not encourage Boku talk again from nobody. I don't mix from Boku talk. I didn't listen to what you say. I can't deal with the public. We not depend corner talk. No. A big for her. Yeah, me small brother in a rank. Even me small brother is a big for her. So, so I talk from a place of authority now. I'm intelligent. I get experience, Pastor, in life. So we're not compromise this nonsense now. When they can't talk now, we can't talk to them. Because I'm a small one now, they guide the path. Like Timon, I'm a small one, they guide the path. So I don't talk so back, not to be talk. I didn't talk over the phone, no, because I didn't compromise they take place. We talk behind the phone, we talk openly, public. Timbo for don't take a position, say I'm not a goody. When Timbo do that, I tell the pick phone, I call Timbo. I say the pick phone call and I say, Timbo, bro, you don't get me support. No worry, bro. Let it go. Lord, watch this space. But then I continue all local district on ourselves. We are not make it easy for people like Alfred Peter Conte. Very easy for Alfred Peter Conte for come to the inside the APC party and take over the party. Because Alfred Peter Conte contest elections today as a flag bearer for APC. And they win them now. Easy one. Timbo and all before stand in the way of Alfred Peter Conte. But now all long clear the path for Alfred Peter Conte delegate today. Alfred Peter Conte would be, if he contests for flag bearership within APC, easy. This the people they argue, Seth. Delegates say, I like when I go bribe them $10,000 each delegate. Then they even look and they eat some money, they buff him because of swear money. Then they make vote for Alfred Peter Conte for BAPC flag bearer because they don't see the fact where the fact says genuine. Timbo and all make them very easy for Alfred Peter Conte delegate today. If you don't take a position as a young man and say, I need to join, there's a time where people get for stand out, away from the crowd, not conform to everybody else. I want you to land this, Timbo, in politics. Land this. Land not for stand with everybody else. Stand alone. Take a position by yourself. So take it, you get for take position by yourself. Let everybody go on the other side. You not conform. You stand alone. That was the moment. Now you miss so Timbo. Where you know say, oh, this dialogue, they want compromise with position. Me not go to parliament. And they stand alone. And then they join them. Timbo, this is not misinformation. This is factual information. This is actual information. The dialogue was supposed for make sure say we come out with the truth. Dialogue now the truth for commodity. Any dialogue where you go, you get ill motive, the truth no go come out. The goal of a dialogue should be the truth. Let the truth come out. And inside this agreement for national unity, this dialogue we are going to, the tripartite, the terms of reference and everything, was for let the truth come out. Who that win this election? Where the results of this election? That was the goal of this dialogue. That was the vision of this dialogue. This dialogue was not to go compromise the winning of the APC. You, Timbo, as a young man, should have taken a position. Like how the guy in South Korea break away from your own political party and say, I want to make sure say South Korea democracy thrive and it survive and it live for generations yet unborn. That one great move the way that guy didn't make. Didn't get today. If you're not careful, in the next upcoming elections, if he contests, he's going to win an election in South Korea because the people of South Korea don't see for who I be. He is a patriot. He is patriotic. It goes to section 13B What do they talk about? The Constitution. Every now and again, Section 13B of the Constitution makes it very clear. It says every citizen shall cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism so that your loyalty should lie to the state, not to your sections, your ethnicity, your region, or any other loyalties. That is Section 13B for you. And they make them simple for now. That was a moment with Timbo for us stand out as a young man with a very long, bright future. Hey, Timbo, you get a long, long way in politics, bruh. You should not have gone into parliament. Matter of fact, not let it. You can still resign from parliament right now. So you know what, since a lot of people are not being realized, but I don't realize the facts now. I don't think what happened so was the right thing where happened in our country. For let we win elections and then we not get the leader sit down and occupy State House there like today. When they say they born the other day, me not even care about State House in born one. I just feel like back then the money we for go towards like where we brother ultimately talk about whether for take for fixed cottage and all the roads and give we ambulance them and this and that. They go now for them to go repair State House. Now they get for cost millions of dollars from the taxpayers' money. We brother and sister and sister then put them, then push back for them. They rotting like animals. Animals themselves not they rotting, that kind of a rotting. That money all go for go now for go there and go repair State House. Whatever they did that they try that they sabi, they know what's happening, they know what caused the fire. But I'm not gonna forever find out the truth. Salute people. Timbo and others, before don't step away. When the Tripartite committee recommendations come out and say the APC win the elections, that would have been the moment when they don't step aside. But because Ernest Koroma implant into them, say, ECOWAS, the goal is for bring the opposition to the table, the game is over. So therefore, they don't see anything good coming out of the Tripartite. They say it was over. That was what they believe, say it was over. They had this preconceived notion, say it was over. Therefore, they allow the victory for slip under their hand, but then continue for tell we say they win the elections. Well, I'll move on. Salon people, I say like I tell you again. I look at Ghana, their websites, the Electoral Commission, their website. Every region in Ghana, we take the Hafo region, all this region. Then break down. You see the manual. Ghana not manual tally the forms, then are manual forms. Ghana not even now the manual form then they scan and put on the website. Salon people like region by region, how much votes then get? Section by section. Salon people allow this. Now we ask for more. Now not tolerate this. Dr. Samora Kama is the president of Sierra Leone, and he will go down in the books of history as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. But Dr. Samora Kama, we have faith in God. But dear, it's time now. Let you take on ECOWAS now, direct, one-on-one now. And also you got a plan it, because June they make 2 years, and June they make 1 year after the Tripartite Committee recommendations. We wait for her. Dear, we know say ECOWAS gets a preconceived notion, say bring the opposition to the table, and that is the end. Dr. Makma, everything you need to know is in there. The more than guy they are talk, the more we know. Salon people are the left and I. Bye-bye, everybody. Again, like I say, my big bobo, they can't work out our house. They come today, and we're going to spend this week here together. My bobo birthday tomorrow. We're going to go away for a little bit, for a few days. So if you're not hearing from me, that's what it is. Everybody understand that. And I'm going to try for post that the channel as much as I could, okay? But everybody, take it easy. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful day. And I'm going to take care of yourself. Bye-bye, everybody.